What's up guys, my name is Joey and in this video we will be discussing the Bitcoin price and what is happening recently in the last week. We went into a small dive and now we are basically recurring a little bit. And I also want to dive a little bit into the geopolitics and what is happening basically and why that affects the blockchain and in my opinion why it shouldn't. So let's go straight into it guys. So Bitcoin went all the way down to 34.5k and now it's basically recovering back up and we are currently at 38.6k, which is great guys, and I already expected this to be happening. I wanted to create a video about it yesterday, but I waited one day so I could explain my perspective a little bit better with backing up data, right guys? Now obviously the main reason why Bitcoin was going down or had a small correction is because of Putin and Russia and the war on Ukraine and basically the overall tension within Europe and Russia, right guys? Everyone knows that by now. That is one of the reasons why so many people are scared within the crypto market and overall traditional stock market, okay guys? Because the stock market is going down as well and usually the crypto market is following, which from my perspective still doesn't really make any sense because if anything, in my opinion, Bitcoin should have been going up instead of going down because it should function as a hedge, which it didn't, and that quite surprised me because if we look at gold, which is another hedge of course, it's going up, which is normal when there's a lot of tension going on and a war is being announced, and usually see hedges like gold going up. Another asset that I wished I invested in was crude oil because oil is going phenomenal guys. It's absolutely going bonkers. Now in my opinion oil is a big scam because they are keeping it artificially low by like stopping the oil pumps from draining oil basically, or to letting more oil free. They are actually creating a artificial scarcity with oil, but of course with the war between Russia and Ukraine, the oil availability will be even worse. So oil is doing absolutely insane. But what's going on with Bitcoin, right guys? Because that's why we're here. What I noticed is that it happened a couple times already within the last weeks, is that a lot of funds are being transferred from the crypto market into stable coins, and then basically when the dust settles, the stable coins flow back into the crypto market, and then the market recovers and go back up on the upward trend, or we consolidate a little bit, right guys? So it's always a good idea to understand where the funds are going when they're subtracted from the crypto market. Like, let's follow the trend. Where is it going towards? Are people selling into fiat currency? Because that would be a bad sign, but that's not what's happening. There's a lot of volume currently into stable coins, so we now understand that the funds are being transferred to stable coins like 90%, and then it usually takes 1 or 2 days to flow back into the market, and that's exactly what happened guys. Like, and here you can see it fantastically guys. Like, here you see the announcement. People get scared for whatever reason because they don't really understand what's going on, I guess. They flow their assets into stable coins, and then they go flow back into the market, and then we are basically the same price as we were before the announcement. So basically nothing happened, but people panic either way. We're still animals guys, we still have animalistic behaviors and instincts, so we are still sheeps essentially. We try not to be sheep, but a lot of people still are. So when one goes panic mode, then a lot of people will follow that panic mode, and then eventually when people are like, oh well, it's not really affecting us basically, then there's nothing to worry about and we flow back into the market, because there is currently not really much to be worried about. If you take Bitcoin as an example, because why should it go down? If anything, it should go back up because Russia is being heavily sanctioned by Europe currently and the United States. A lot of financial assets are being freezed currently. They won't be available anymore for Russia. So if anything, they need a plan B, and the perfect plan B would be something like Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency. So imagine billions of dollars or rubles or whatever they're using over there would flow into the market. That would be great for the cryptocurrency in terms of price, because that would drive the price up. So for the crypto market to go down, in my opinion, doesn't make any sense, and I don't think there should be any reasoning to be fearing a bear market neither. The only way for the market to become very bearish is a World War III, which is sure one of the possibilities, but I don't think it's a very likely possibility, because a World War III could be very devastating, and the world leaders know that too, right guys? Like, I'm not a geopolitical expert by any means, but like a little bit common sense would conclude the same conclusion, and that is that it would be a very bad idea to go on that path. have. So I don't think it will happen. I think it will stay between Ukraine and Russia. That's what I believe, but we will have to wait it out. And I understand that people are a little bit afraid, right? But as of currently, as of now, you shouldn't really be, in my opinion. If anything, these were perfect entry points to allocate a little bit more Bitcoin, for example, or other cryptocurrencies, because the whole market went down. Because we went straight into heavy discount territory, guys. Like, and that's the thing happens too, right? In terms of psychology and how people behave, or how certain investors behave. And I'll take Bitcoin again as an example. Whenever Bitcoin is in a heavy bull trend and we are going towards crazy amounts like 60K, 65K, and the next day we're at 67K, you see all these comments like, oh, I wish I invested earlier. I hope Bitcoin goes down somewhere around 30K so I can go back in, or I can allocate a little bit more, or I can have my first entry point because 60K is so high. It's a lot of money. But when it actually happens and we are at the state where Bitcoin goes down to like 34K or even 30K, people will be hesitant to buy because we are so bearish and the whole trend is so negative that people get fearful. And fearful is an emotion that keeps people away, generally speaking, from investing into the market, right, guys? It's always been the case. And we as investors, we need to shut down our emotions. We need to buy in when the market is low and fearful, and sell whenever everyone is euphoric and dancing on the tables with champagne. Okay, guys. So that's my perspective on the crypto market currently. I put my money where my mouth is. I haven't done anything. I haven't sold any Bitcoin. If anything, I bought more. I stepped into a few other cryptocurrencies, made myself a bigger allocation in those cryptocurrency projects. So I'm not fearful. I'm just waiting it out, and we will see what's happening over the next couple of days and even weeks. And I will keep you guys updated, of course. Now, the other thing we can also check out is, of course, the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. It's also basically a very simple tool for you to decide if you should buy, yes or not. It's basically, it determines how many fear or positive the market basically is. We're currently at 27. It's quite high in my opinion. I like to invest when it's around 20, and preferably even lower than that, right? So we can see that yesterday we were at extreme fear, 23 points, and now we are back at 27. So that basically backs up the information that we looked at earlier. The funds didn't go anywhere, guys. People deducted their assets and put them temporarily into stable coins, and then they waited it out. And whenever they see that the market is basically recovering, then it will go back into the market as well, guys. It's basically common sense. So what I think will happening over the course of next weeks, well, it basically depends, guys. Of course, the geopolitics have a little bit of an influence on the crypto market. In my opinion, still it shouldn't, but it does. That's just the fact that we have to state for ourselves. I think we will go into a consolidation period where sometimes we will be a little bit fearful. For example, maybe another announcement comes live that affects the European market or the overall international world market. We don't know yet. So I think we will have some more moments of fear sometimes. I think we will recover again and basically go into a uncertain territory, right? Where everything is consolidating and have a little bit of a volatile process while we consolidate. But overall, I have not really reason to concern. I don't think we will be going into a crypto winter, as some call it. We've done these phases so many times already in the crypto market, guys. Back in 2017, it was the China, and if China bans crypto, then crypto would have died out, but it didn't. So, and now it's Russia and the war with Ukraine, which is a little bit more serious. I will admit that. But again, guys, like, they're playing a high level of chess. They're not stupid. At least I hope they're not. Because of World War III, no one is waiting for that. Neither Putin, guys. I don't believe we will be seeing a World War III. Maybe it's wishful thinking on my part. Maybe I'm just on my pink cloud thinking it will never happen. I hope I'm right, because of World War III, like the Bitcoin price, any price wouldn't matter by then, okay, guys? Everyone should build nuclear shelters and try to survive, okay? That would be the reality of that period. No one would be caring about any value of assets, right? So anyway, I don't think that will happen. I think it will stay between Ukraine and Russia, and that's something that could go on for a very long time, guys. Like, we've seen it before with America and Afghanistan. They've been there for decades. It could happen the same in Ukraine, and eventually that will be something of the new norm, right? Which sounds weird now, but it will be something of the new norm. Like, okay, there's a war going on in Ukraine. There's some fights here and there, but nothing too big, or it stretches out through throughout Europe. That's not the case. That's what I think that happens. But we will have to see for the upcoming few days and weeks. I'm not fearful. I think these are very nice discount periods, especially yesterday, guys. Oof, that was a very nice day to be allocating some more of your favorite projects. But always do your own research, guys. Always develop your own identity as an investor, guys. That is the most important for you to do. Only take things from me that you find interesting, apply them to yourself, iterate them, debate them with other people. And remember, guys, be a leader in this space and do not be a sheep. Peace out.